Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Marketing Podcast, your source for all things marketing. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Matt LaClear on the line. He's an SEO expert and founder of Your Ad Squad. Matt, welcome to the show.
Hey, Adam, I'm glad to be here. In fact, I'm really excited to be here. All this thing going on with the crisis, it's just good to talk some business.
So excited to get into today's topic. So what small business owners need to know about backlinks. Before we get into that, though, I do want to talk a little bit more about what you're doing over at Your Ad Squad. So tell us a little bit more about the company, please.
Well, we're an SEO company and a digital marketing agency, but right now what we're doing is all hands on deck to get small business owners in the United States. That's who we work with to get help for the COVID-19 crisis. We have put together resources with all the available loans and grants that are available, and I think we have over 200 different resources that small business owners can turn to for help through this. That's kind of been the elephant in the room. But normally, if you would have asked me that question just 4 weeks ago, I'd have said, we help small business owners make more money with the traffic they're already making, and then help new people find them through Google and Siri search and all that other good stuff.
So I think this is a great transition. And to giving our business owners some resources out there. So what small business owners need to know about backlinks? Where do you want to start with that one?
Well, backlinks, there's a lot of misnomers out there, and I know we only have so much time. This is a topic I could go on for hours, and I won't, I promise. But there's a lot of misnomers out there about backlinks, what they are, what constitutes a backlink, why do I need them. Basically, they're votes for your site. Google is a ranking system, and when somebody goes to Google and search for what you offer, what your small business offers, or what your e-commerce store offers, there's a lot of different competition trying to vie for that same keyword. So what happens is Google has to pick from the sites that they think are the best fit there, and they are very heavily weighted towards liking the sites that have the most backlinks and the better backlinks. And now it's about the better backlinks that you have. And a site without backlinks is going to have a real hard time ranking. A piece of content that doesn't have links to the page itself is going to have a hard time ranking. So what is backlinks to a small business owner? It's relevance, and it's a boat without water is not very helpful to anybody. And so a website without traffic is a boat without water. So that's what we say backlinks are. It's a vote from other small businesses to your business to say, hey, yeah, we like this business. We like what they do. In fact, we like them so much, we're linking to them a few times, and Google sees that, and they look at it, and from like 20,000 feet, and they see that as a vote of confidence, because they really don't know. They're not the end all of end alls where they look like they're really smart. You can ask them any question and they'll answer, but they really don't know. All they've gotten really good is indexing other people's answers, and then getting good at figuring out which one deserves to show up in the ranks. And the way they figure out which ones show up in the ranks is backlinks.
No, I love it. I mean, that's a really good explanation. So it's a vote. It's a vote that Google then looks at, and then I haven't heard anybody else explain it quite like that, but it makes a lot of sense. So so now we know what a backlink is. We also know it's important. Mm-hmm. How do business owners go about getting these elusive backlinks, as we say?
Well, there's two ways to do it. One way is to beg for them, and that's what if you go and Google anything, how to get backlinks, they'll say, send this templated message over to as many people as you can and ask them to link to your content. And some might, but those days are over. They don't work anymore. The better way to get backlinks is quite simply to sit down with a piece of paper, not even with your computer, I'm talking offline, and write a list of the 10 people in your industry who are in a position to help you grow your business the fastest. And then once you have that list, you cross off anybody that happens to be your competition. You don't want them on the list. And once you have those 10 people, and they have to have verifiable traffic to their website and all that stuff where you know they're players in your industry and they already have your prospects hanging out on those sites, and you know that if you could become friends and build relationships with the owners of those 10 sites, you're going to have a lot of traffic coming from those sites over to your site. So what we would do is figure those 10 people out, write that list out, then go out and track them down on social media, build a list, find their LinkedIn, find their Twitter, find their Facebook page, find what they're promoting. If they've written a book on Amazon, and they all the good prospects have, or go over and then find it, read it, and really just start touching base with the prospect before, I call it the charm campaign. You do that for a few weeks before you even start sending emails. All you're doing is getting the prospect used to the name of the backlink builder who's going to be reaching out to them and asking for the link. So it's a charm campaign where it could be a Twitter follow, it could be a retweet, it could be a blog comment, it could be buying their book, it could be all these different touch points, a LinkedIn connection request. It could be, if you're already connected, it could be sending them a endorsement. There's a lot of different things you can do just to keep your name in front of that prospect. And then at that point, you could reach out with a well-written outreach message that doesn't turn their filters off on their head. You're in a really good point to be able to get what you need. And they say, well, this is a lot of work, man. I don't want to do all this work for these prospects. That's why you have to focus on your 10 best opportunities. You can't do this with just any old site or any old business that could link to you. You want to be with the 10 people in your industry who are in the best position to send you traffic now and to give you not just a link, because the whole purpose is not just to get a link from them, but to get referrals. And the link is just a symbol of the relationship between your business and their business. And there is no relationship at first. So then what you do is you do all those touch points for a few weeks, and then you got a little bit of social equity or social capital built up. You're at that point, you can then introduce yourself and then launch into your pitch on why they should link to you. And if you do that, and more times than not, it's really hard for people to turn you down, especially if you did your homework, because at that point you're not a stranger. And you can't do that if you have a list of 400 prospects. There's no way this system would ever work. That's why you got to have 10. And plus those 10, some of them are really busy. Some of them are out of some of them are on vacation. Only a few of them have time to reciprocate. And out of all those touch points, you get a feel for who is reciprocating right now. Is it Brian Dean from backlinko.com? Is it Ryan Dice from Digital Marketer? So I have these prospects, it's kind of like little spider webs, and you send out outreach, and then you keep it constant. Then ones become more active in different times of year even. So it's important to have an ongoing list, and then you just keep reciprocating with the person who responds back. Build a relationship. It isn't hard to do that if you just act like a real person. Focus yourself on people who only can help your business, and then just start building a relationship and helping them. I know it sounds self-serving, but you're not doing it in a selfish way. You pick the 10 people, you help those 10 people, and you keep helping them and keep helping them. They say, why are you helping me? I said, well, we'd like to build a referral business with your business, and we know we have to give to get. That's why we're giving. Then they're going to ask, what can we do for you? Now, it's those links that are going to give you referrals. It's those links that are going to get you mentioned in their newsletter. It's their referrals that quite frankly, when they link to your site, Google's going to love, because they're a player in your industry. So it's just like a win-win-win-win situation when you handle, as a small business owner, you handle backlinking this way, because it's building relationships with people that you would build relationships up with even if Google didn't exist. And let's say if Google didn't exist and there's no way that you could ever get traffic from a search engine, you would have to go find website owners where your prospects are hanging out on in the highest numbers. Then you would have to build relationships with them, and then the system I just described is would work perfectly to make that happen, whether Google existed or not. But the links you would build if Google didn't exist, because you would depend upon the referral traffic coming from those websites, are the very links that Google will reward the highest, because they're the hardest to earn. And
man,
plus,
I love it.
Yeah. Plus, so it's like it's just business development. People look at SEO as like a technology it used to be like a subset of technology. and it would be tools. I made a couple $1 million with a tool called the Article Marketing Robot, and we had over 11,000 customers that we were running SEO for, we called it, and it worked great. But it was a subset of technology, and now SEO is just a subset of business development. Everything this whole backlink system is business development. You get relationships with people who can help you, and you don't try to get something right from the beginning. They don't know who you are, and trying to get something from somebody is like the perfect way to label a pest, and nobody likes pests. So it's like go after the big cats in your industry. Build your relationships with them by being cool, they're retweeting their stuff, and just keeping your own asks in the background. Do that month. Then month 2, make your ask. And if people were to do that, the relationship, the amount of people talking about link building would go 10x, but nobody likes talking about link building. Even you said you don't talk about it much on you, as many episodes as you do.
That's why I was excited to have you on, and I was like, let's post some backlinks, because people are forgetting about this, like in their strategy. Yeah. Like everybody talks about, social media and this and that, and I'm like, but what happened to good old-fashioned backlinks? We need traffic.
Yeah. Right. And plus, Google doesn't look to see how many social backlinks your website has when they're looking to see who they're going to rank. They don't count social backlinks as any vote whatsoever. It could have 10,000 Facebook likes and no backlinks, and then you get a site that has 3 backlinks and no Facebook likes, and Google's going to view as long as the backlinks are valid from valid sources, they're going to rank the site without the social media higher because it has the backlinks. Because why? Social media links are easy to fake. They're so easy to fake. And that was the big thing in 2013, 14, was social media links. And Masses did it as a black hat strategy, and we inoculated Google where it quit working, and it hasn't worked for so long. But backlinks are still the same, but it just has to be quality. That's why I said there needs to be people in your industry who are in a position to be able to help you the best. Otherwise, this whole system breaks down. You got to have you got to have a targeted list.
And so, Matt, that being said, I can talk to you about backlinks all day long, but we're about out of time on this episode. So if somebody's listening to this and they want to learn more about your strategy or your agency, what's the best way for them to follow up and to connect with your ad squad?
Well, if they're interested in backlinks, first of all, hats off to them, because that's most small business owners aren't, but it is a secret to small business success. I would say go to my website at YourSEOsquad.com, and I have a special gift for everybody there. If you go all the way to the bottom of the page to the footer, there's a link building mastery link, and go ahead and click that, and that takes you to my link building courses. Everything I just described is in detail, step by step. It's there for all your listeners, Adam, and they don't need to opt in for anything. They won't get emails from me. All the videos are laid right out. So if they go to my website, YourSEOsquad.com, and hit the link building mastery link in the footer link, they'll be taken over to where the videos are and where the portal is. And I have probably 30 hours worth of teaching in there, and I used to charge a few grand for the teaching. But now it's all out there for the open. We're trying to get everybody to jump back for the COVID-19, and we want people to rebound from this, and we will, because our best days in this planet, in this country, and other countries are in front of us, and we all need to do what we can to help people get through it.
Perfect. Well, hey, Matt, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background, all the great work you're doing, and also all the tips on backlinks. So really appreciate it there. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Marketing, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments in the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things you're working on. And Matt, thanks again for coming on the show.